Hey, rock stars. So today I wanted to share with you a conversation that I had with a client this week. So my friend bought a shopping center hours from where he lives, and it is got 8 tenants and 3 vacancies. And he was trying to decide what he's going to do about leasing. So a couple things that I've told him or I recommended. So first and foremost, I told him he should go spend a week in the town. The town is not a big town. It's not like a big city like Orlando or Atlanta. It's a tertiary market. So I said, go stay there for 4 or 5 days, talk to some tenants, talk to your tenants, ask if your tenants, A, want to expand or if they know someone that might want to lease the vacancies. I said, offer your existing tenants a month free rent if they bring you someone that you sign a lease with, and then meet the brokers in town. And because the market is a smaller market, most of the brokers that are in that market do commercial and residential together. So I told him to meet at least 5 different brokerage offices. And then I said, also call some of the other owners of shopping centers or look at their leasing signs in front of their shopping centers and see who leases their property. Because if there's one guy that leases all of the commercial and you call those owners and they give that person a good reference, then maybe that's the guy that you go with. But I just said that really spending time in the market is crucial for your learning, and just not only learning about the tenants in the market, but learning about what's happening in the town. Is there any road work going on? Is there a college that's expanding? Is there one use that's closing? Like, are all of the vape stores closing or all of the Italian restaurants closing? You can learn so much about just spending 4 or 5 days. He said to me, that's a lot of time, and I said, well, the asset cost you $4 million. So this is a huge investment, and he has syndicated it. I said, so you have a responsibility to your investors that you know what's going on, and you're not relying on, a leasing agent to give you the knowledge about the market. I mean, it's your responsibility. What's the most important thing after you find a deal and buy it and get it financed is increasing the value in the NOI. And the best way to do that is to understand it, because relying on third-party assistance, yes, they can be super valuable, but they'll be more valuable if you have intelligence also. He was also interviewing, there is a big city 2 hours away from this asset. So he was asking me the difference of bringing on a national brokerage firm that has an office 2 hours away. And I said, certainly, and he felt more comfortable with that. But I asked him how many other assets do they lease in the market. He didn't know the answer. So I just said that certainly you should interview them. You should interview them in town at your asset, make them come to you, make sure that they have intelligence and market knowledge. But I don't think that going with a national all the time in these tertiary markets is the right decision. He asked if he should lease it himself. Obviously, I love that because, again, this is our most important responsibility when we are GPs, right, is increasing the value. Now, he happens to have a W-2 job, and this is a side hustle of his. So it's not like he can just drop everything and go spend 2 days every other week there showing space and prospecting. So I'm not sure for him if it's the right thing to do. Certainly he could do it on the weekends. But if he did do it himself, he asked me what I would recommend if he did decide that he didn't meet anyone that he loved, that, he should just take it on himself. And my advice to him was, again, taking some time off from the W-2, going and spending, a consistent 3-4 days in the market, talk to everyone, talk to the motel front desk clerk, talk to the hostesses at the restaurants, create a flyer, hand out 100 flyers in those 4 days, start figuring out what the target uses are that you want to lease to. So, for example, if there's a print shop in every shopping center, but you don't have a print shop, there's a reason there's a print shop in every shopping center, and why don't you have one? maybe you could get one to relocate into your center. And obviously, I don't think print shops are expanding. I'm just using that as a use idea. But let's say if there's a sub shop in every shopping center, maybe there's a national franchise that's not represented in the market, then you could reach out to them. Having a targeted list of who you think would do well in your shopping center based on, and how I base that is I say who in my property is doing well and what would be a good synergistic use to supplement. For example, in one of my properties, I have a hair salon and a nail salon and a massage place. They all do really well, and I don't have a barber. And I'm looking for a barber because I also have a sports apparel store that most of their customers are men, and I have a remote control hobby store, and most of their customers are men. So I think personal care services has already proven that it does well in my property, and targeting a barbershop who could already benefit the men coming to my shopping center would be a good idea. But the only way you know this is if you spend a lot of time in understanding your property, your tenants, and your markets. So I hope this helps. I like when I have calls like this, I think, oh, I should share this on the podcast. So hope this helps and have a great day.